Hi, this is Sherry Langton from the Instructional Design and Development team, and I'd like to take this chance to give you an overview of Quality Matters. Quality Matters grew from a FIPSI grant that was mandated with finding a way to evaluate the quality of online courses. Now, sponsored by Maryland Online, QM is a self-supporting organization that offers institutional subscriptions and fee-based services such as Quality Matters Managed Course Reviews and Quality Matters Training. UNC subscribed to Quality Matters in 2009 to emphasize our dedication to offering quality online learning experiences for our students. There are a variety of ways to participate in Quality Matters, and you are currently in the Teaching Academy for Online Learning, where we will be developing courses using Quality Matters standards as a guideline. UNC has over 36 totally online programs, many of which have been developed using Quality Matters standards, and this is just a sampling of some of the programs that we currently have online that have Quality Matters standards. So let's talk about Quality Matters a little bit more. What's involved? Well, first of all, Quality Matters is a faculty-driven peer review process that is collaborative, collegial, continuous, and centered. What does that mean? Well, peer review means that Quality Matters reviewers must be experienced online faculty. The fact that it's centered in academic foundation means that Quality Matters standards were based on research into national standards, best practices, instructional design, and are really centered around student learning. Because the bottom line is we really want to improve the experience for our students. It has two components. There is a Quality Matters rubric, as I said, based on national standards, best practices, instructional design, and it can be used to review existing courses or as a model for new courses. And in many cases, that's what you'll all be doing in the Teaching Academy, developing your new course with QM as a model. In addition to the rubric, though, it is actually a process. It's a process for ensuring the quality of the design of online courses. And you notice how I emphasize that word design. So let's talk about that some more. There are a lot of things that can affect the quality of an online course, and course design is just one. Can you think of some others? Well, the course delivery is what actually happens when the course is being delivered on a day-to-day basis. The course content can affect the quality. The institutional infrastructure, how fast are your networks? What sort of learning management system are you use? That can greatly affect the student experience on the other end. And how ready are the faculty to actually teach online? And how ready are the students to be online learners? Quality Matters is really only concentrating on the course design. And why do you think that is? Well, let's think about this. There are several reasons. First of all, is that the course design really provides a foundation for the course. It is like the blueprint or the plan for the course. It is observable. We can go into a course and look at the course design before the course is offered. It's consistent. It's not dependent on technology or the instructor or what happens on a day-to-day basis. It is the plan or the blueprint or the design of the class. And it can be reviewed before the course is offered. And that's what we're going to do with your Teaching Academy courses, is review them and have them meet QM before the course is ever offered to students. So to differentiate between that design and delivery idea, the course design is the forethought, the planning that a faculty member puts into a course, and that's what you're going to be doing here in the Teaching Academy. And the course delivery is the actual teaching of the course, the implementation of the design, what happens on a day-to-day basis in the course. So QM is about the design, not the delivery or faculty performance. So let's look at this. The rubric is really the center of the entire process. We have a course that goes through the peer course review and feedback is provided. So the main thing about the Quality Matters rubric is not that it's a yes or no, black or white situation. The main thing is really that it's a communication tool for providing feedback about whether the course meets the standards and if not, how the course can be improved. If the course meets quality expectations, great. But Quality Matters says that only about 50% of courses actually meet QM standards on the first go-round. So the course will have to go through revisions. If the course goes through revisions, then it will meet Quality Matters standards. So QM says that all courses meet QM standards at the end of the review process. Let's look a little bit closer at the rubric. I like to divide the standards in the rubric into two kind of categories. One category are those foundational, blueprint, planning kinds of things, like what's the purpose of the course? What are the objectives? What are the assessments, the materials, the interaction? Those are foundational course design elements. The other things are more of a checklist, kind of housekeeping. Do you have etiquette? Do you have academic support or technical support? Have you inserted your policies? Have you told the students what your response time will be for grading assignments? So those are checklist versus foundational design elements of the class. There are 8 general standards in the rubric, starting with a course overview and introduction, and these flow fairly logically like they would in your syllabus or as you're actually thinking about building a new course or designing a new course. So we start with what's the overview of the course, then we go to what are the specific learning objectives. We design assessments to meet those objectives. What are the materials that we need to support the objectives, the activities, the technology? What kind of learner support is there, and is the course accessible? And you will see that standards 2 through 6 are basically bold, which means that they are part of the concept of alignment. And alignment is basically that the 6 critical course elements work together. So the assessments must measure the achievement of the learning objectives, the materials must support the achievement of the objectives, and so on. This is a graphic right from Quality Matters that shows that concept. The learning objectives are the foundation, the pillars are the materials, course activities, and course tools, and the ultimate goal is we are assessing the achievement of the objectives. So looking at the rubric, and there is a handout in the class that you could print out or take a look at this closer. Down the left-hand side are the general standards, of course, overview, learning objectives, assessments, etc. In the center are the actual standards themselves. And over here to the right-hand side, you'll see the points. And you notice that some of the items are 3 points, some are 2, some are 1. The significance of the 3-point standards is that they are essential, meaning that they must be met in order to meet QM. So there are 8 general standards, 43 specific standards. 21 of them are considered essential, must be met. 14 are very important, 8 are important. So they're all important. And another interesting thing is when we go through a Quality Matters review, we decide if the course meets the standards to an 85% level. So we know that things are not always entirely perfect, but we want to be at least an 85% level in order to meet QM. So these are some standards that are of interest, kind of a subset. Learners are introduced to the purpose of the course, and that's one of the first things you're going to do here in the Teaching Academy. The course objectives are measurable. The unit objectives are measurable, and many of you may not have unit objectives, but we'll be developing those. The assessments measure the objectives. The grading policy is clear. There's specific grading criteria like rubrics. That when you put instructional materials into the course, the purpose is clear to the students. Also that there's a plan for your response time. We often have student expectations, but what can the students expect from you? And that the course navigation facilitates ease of use. It's logical, consistent, easy to get around the course. So let's take a look at the review process. There are 2 types of reviews: official reviews, which receive QM recognition, and informal or internal reviews, which is what we're doing here at UNC. In an official review, there must be 3 reviewers. 1 must be from outside UNC, and 1 is a subject matter expert. So this is a fairly involved process to do an official review. But what we do here at UNC are internal or informal reviews that are conducted internally. They don't receive QM recognition, but they do result in improved quality, and they do result in recognition here at UNC. In order to be a certified reviewer, you must be trained by QM and be experienced online faculty. So that is a professional development path that you might take after you have attended the Teaching Academy. So to meet expectations, a course must achieve a yes on all 21 of the 3-point standards and a minimum of 94 out of 99 points. So how can QM help you? Well, It definitely provides some guidelines for the development of the course, and some of the items serve as a checklist. We hope that it will help establish a model. So once you develop this course using QM standards, that you will use that same model to develop all the online courses that you develop. It really keeps us honest because we do have that checklist, and it reminds us over and over again to communicate. I would say a basic theme in Quality Matters is communication and how we have to be clear and communicate with the students. It provides an incredible vehicle for feedback, and this is one thing I like as an instructional designer. When we do a review, we look at the Quality Matters standards, we provide feedback about whether the course meets the standard or not, and provide suggestions for improvement. Overall, it improves the quality, and that's what we're looking for, is to improve the quality of our online course offerings.